Hi, Scorpio. It's Lynn from Tinker Tarot and Cartomancy. I'm here to do your November 2025 reading. And as you can see, I have it all laid out. And I've had a bit of a look at it first. I like to have a look over and see what the message is. And there's a couple of messages here for you. But first of all, you have the dream, a beautiful dream, number 19 in the Sacred Rebels Oracle. And this card is about accepting things the way they are. Often, when we resist, when we try and fix it, solve it, get it, manipulate it, micromanage it, it slows down the changing process. And something is changing here. There's change happening in your life. And you're trying to, or you could have been trying to control it in some way, but with this acceptance of the situation, change can happen more smoothly. And so there's something in your life where you work, at home, in your family, in your relationships, something that isn't smooth, and it's taking forever to change and to process and to get on with it, kind of thing. And so you're trying to help it along, but it's not helping. So when you do accept, like I said, change happens more smoothly. And also, it's easier on you. You don't have to put so much responsibility on your shoulders to change the world, to change the situation. The world is the world, right? In the tarot, the Druidcraft tarot, the card that jumped out for you is the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords means you've been hurt. Your heart's been hurt in some way. You've been deceived. You've been lied to. Maybe you've done this to yourself in some ways. And there could be a third party situation, and you feel not treated properly in some way in this situation, okay? Victimized, kind of. So in the past, you have the Hermit, Strength card, and the Six of Pentacles. It looks like you have spent a lonely time in the past, spending a lot of time on your own. You might have a pet or feel like a lone wolf. And and through that process, trying to find the right direction for you, and it wasn't easy because it wasn't simple. It was very difficult to see in this shadowy, cloudy land the right way for you to go. And you needed to find strength. You did find strength, okay? By controlling these two parts of yourself. Your part beast, animal instincts, want to just charge in there and get things going, and the other part of you has this dignity, this pride, this, you can hold your head high and your shoulders back, and so you're balancing. There's a lot to be said about balance right now. There's a time to fight, and there's a time to stand back, stand down, okay, and let things work themselves out. And then you have the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles is about fairness, equal give and take, people to be fair. And I think that's what you want, but the reality is you just need to be fair. We are only responsible for ourselves and what we do and how we act, and we can't control anybody else but ourselves. The other possible message here is that you're looking for someone like this in your life. You're looking for someone, you're looking for someone that has these two sides and can accept themselves, has pride, is dignified, is but compassionate too, because there's two sides to this strength character. And it's finding strength in who you are. So you're kind of looking for this person, and someone that is fair, that has equal give and take, and is ready to do that. Okay. I think you give a lot to others and you don't always get back. That's not why you're doing it, but um, this is what you're seeking, someone who can give and can take. And you're also, in the meantime, learning this about yourself, okay? Because I think you want to do it equally, for yourself and for others. So in the present, you go through a doorway, you go through a transition. It could have been last month where you've learned all these lessons, okay, and you've spent your time in this cycle. I think that you were healing in some way. You're going through a cycle because you were hurt in the past with this Three of Swords. And so you went through a cycle of healing, and this is completely surrounded by greenery and greenery vines growing in. And so this is the full cycle of healing. And I think you are ready for something new. And in the Seven of Pentacles, again, it's about healing and also taking a bit of a break. You've worked really hard and been able to accomplish and accumulate things. I don't think you have access to all that you've worked for or accumulated. And so you might be trying to get access to that at this time, having a bit of an expectation that I worked for this too. I did all this carving and I watered this tree, and so there is a silver lining, this rainbow in the background, I think, okay? You're also have gone through healing where you there's certain things you accept about what you gave to something or people, and some of the rewards are what you've learned in this cycle here in the world. That's some of the rewards that you're getting, that you've gained knowledge, you've gained experience, okay? And here is the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups begins with love and acceptance of the self, okay? Now there's something about that I want to show is, I can't remember, I hate that when I can't remember, this little fish here, okay? And it reminds me of salmon, when salmon are swimming upstream to lay their eggs, and they're swimming against the stream, which is very strong, but they do it. They do it. They jump over these rocks and stuff like that. And that is what this little fish is doing. It's like a salmon, and it's trying to get to the place to lay its eggs for a new generation. And so this is new love, new relationship. There's something new, and it's opening up in you to begin with. You are more welcoming, you've changed, you've gone through a lot, and you know what you want also now. So you're very open to new relationships, and have done a lot of work to get there, okay? In the future, you have the Nine of Swords, the Princess, or not swords, wands, Nine of Wands, the Princess of Wands, and then the Eight of Wands, like all wands. So this is all passion and creative energy, what you're going to do. In the past, you were feeling wounded. You had your guard up. You kind of drew a line and you said, that's it, no more, you know, and but I feel that you've come out of this sort of hurt victim mode where your defenses are up, and you're ready to take that one wand, that single wand that you're still holding on to, and do something with it. Learn something else. Try something new. You're ready to begin again. You're going, and he's like, look at his face. He's mad. He's ticked off. He got railroaded somehow, or feels like he did. But here we feel inspired. We're ready for something new. We're not carrying all those old wands and wounds from the past. We see the potential. I love that energy. And then you either travel, you go on a trip, you send out your requests and your interests in things. You network with people. You might be sending resumes, you might be sending applications, you might be sending inquiries into things that you're interested in doing. Your heart's opening up again, and you're realizing your potential, what you are capable of. This is a huge wand for a princess. You'd think it'd be just a little thing, because she's young. But this is about this new energy, starting something brand new, feeling strong, feeling confident, and feeling energized to do it. And this is the action. This is putting into the action. This is when we release those arrows. They're going to all land somewhere, right? And then that's going to have a ripple effect. You're going to hear back from this. It's something sudden that all of a sudden you're going to apply to. All of a sudden you notice online or in a newspaper or somewhere, you talk to somebody and find out about it, and you act quickly. It's just like you didn't know about it last week, but this week okay? And this is in November. This could be closer to the end of November, because this last line is usually further into the month. So, wow, 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 wow. In the cartomancy, you begin with the Queen of Clubs. This is, again, she's a very creative person. She knows how to put things into motion. If you tell her the idea, she can tell you how to start doing it. She's a planner. She's action oriented, She's also seen as a friend, as a helper, like they don't mind sharing their knowledge. Definitely big networker. And could be who you hear about this opportunity from, okay? That gets you going. Oh, I got to go backwards. See that? Okay, this is something I want to show you that can happen every once in a while. So I realized I didn't put the second card into this middle pile. So now I have to go back, put them back in the pile backwards, one at a time. I have to give that pile the second card, and now I can proceed with the third card, because you have to go back to where it was intended to be. So there we go. That doesn't happen very often, but it does once in a while. So you begin with the 5 of spades, the 7 of clubs, and the 2 of spades. So the 5 of spades is a problem. It's definitely a problem. There is some sort of change that you weren't expecting, that you don't like. It worries you, and it causes a division between you and someone else. You go your separate ways. You don't see eye to eye. This is separation because of, it could be around work. It could be around work, but I can see that you're worried, you're bothered, you're concerned about this. But it causes separation. So you may leave this place of work, you may leave this relationship, something, that it's not for you now. Wow. And so as fast as that happens, this comes in. This is like in the end of the first week of November, maybe a little into the second week. I'd say like the 7th or the 10th, something like that, maybe the 8th. So you have the 2 of hearts, the Jack of diamonds, and the 6 of hearts. There's a possibility you could be asked out for a date here by someone. If I'm looking around, it could be a club character, someone who's actually kind of a card. They could be funny. They could have a lot of things that you're attracted to, but you could be asked out by someone. This could also be a family member, a friend, but it's an invitation to do something together that you like. and this relationship grows. There's something that grows from here. You could meet someone going out and doing this, but I feel like there's a big potential for growth in a relationship here. You become very close to someone. You leave this situation and grow in this situation right away. That's doorway stuff. Door closes, door opens, you know? Wow, 9 of hearts, 9 of clubs, and the 7 of hearts. So there is a situation at work that is a wish for you to happen. Okay. And it's kind of weird though. There's something weird about it, I have to say. Even though you're happy about it and this is what you want, it's there's something weird about it. Okay, either there's a person that's acting weird, or you question how this happened. You know, you're like, how did that happen? Like, there's something uncanny about it. Okay, there could be people that are jealous or envious around you that you're getting this opportunity, that something is growing for you. Definitely. This could be a different work site. Like, you could be sent somewhere, an opportunity to work somewhere else off site and in a nice place too. You know, this isn't a shoddy deal. This is a good deal. In your actual work pile, you have the Ace of Spades, the Jack of Clubs, and the 6 of Clubs. So you are getting a message that something's ending. The Jack of Clubs is delivering this message that something's ending. This could be you delivering the message, or you're getting this message. So and then something is growing here. You're getting more work. I think it's more creative work. You feel you like doing it. It's makes your mind work, you know, but you have to leave this behind. So this is ending so that you can grow in what you're doing, taking steps, actually, it says. And you have 2 cards of that, taking steps. This is in your work, this is in your relationships, steps being taken. And what might happen is your actual job, your position ends. You hear that first before you hear about the other opportunities. So at first you're in shock. You're like, "What? My job's no more? That's it? Like, what?" And then this other opportunity opens up. Because I think they generally like you, or it could be somewhere else altogether. How others are seeing you or influencing you. You have the 5 of Clubs, the Jack of Spades, and the 7 of Spades. So there's something around work, some sort of situation that you're going to be crying. You're going to be upset. This is kind of a shock. I think you've been a good worker. You've worked hard. Um, there's a change at work though. Some sort of change is happening, and it's not because of you, but you are a product of it, you know. And so this is going to really upset you. Your friends, people around you see you upset by this happening. But believe me, there is something better on the horizon. So don't you worry, Scorpio. So Ace of Hearts, 8 of Spades, and the 10 of Spades. So again, you know, this could be something to do with your home too. It could have something to do with your home, but I feel like there's something you are not happy with. Like, this is bad mouthing something that you'd like to come to an end. Okay. I think it's for a different dream, a different home, a new relationship, something like that. But I feel around this, there's some sort of negative talk or negative prophecy you're making about it, or something like that, bringing negative energy. trying to manipulate or micromanage too much in this situation, okay? And that's that dream, a beautiful dream back there. We just got to let things go and let them work themselves out. We don't have to be the magician all the time. Wow, so there's a lot of fives here. So there's a lot of change coming into your life. Some I think you're happy about, but at first it's unexpected. It's a shock and you get worried. You get scared, kind of, And then this is a surprise. So, five of diamonds. What do we have here? The 10 of clubs and the 3 of hearts. So, the 5 of diamonds is definitely a change in your financial situation. 10 of clubs, this has something to do with work. I think a contract. It could be something more creative. You're busier. You probably have more responsibility, but you may have more power too, or and security for sure. Okay. Part of me thinks like you're going to work alone. Part of me. You also could be collaborating with like minded people, very talented people. This could be there's a length to this situation. It could be a contract. There's a length to it. Could be 5 year contract, which is, security for 5 years. But anyway, I feel like this allows you some sort of independence, you're able to do what you love and also um, like love what you do, basically. And this is a surprise. You don't expect this. All right. I also see the possibility too that someone is admiring you at work from afar at first. And I think that slowly they're going to start taking an interest in you. All they see is you and only you. Also, I think that they think you're really not that person, whoever this work situation is for, is think you're ideal for the position. Ideal. You have the right personality, the right qualifications, the right experience, you're ideal for this. All right. Could be something to do with financial too. You could be doing something in the financial, which is a change for you because you weren't doing that before. um it also could be helping people, like you could be in social service of some sort where you're helping others do something, make an end product in some way. Yeah. But anyway, very interesting, Scorpio. So your world is changing, that's for sure. You got the world twice in this reading. Your world is changing, but it's not from what you're doing to change it. It was going to anyway. It's time for you. You've healed. You've learned a lot of lessons. You know what you want now. You know what I mean? And you're not afraid of it. You're not defensive anymore. You're ready to face it. Brand new. Brand new. So, yay! Oh, happy birthday, Scorpio. Jeez, I always forget about that at the beginning. I hate that. Happy birthday, Scorpio. I hope it's a fantastic month for you. Looks like big changes, success, and happiness. That's great. You got that 9 of hearts there, and that's the wish card. This is on your mind. This is what you would really, and you're able to now start bringing this into reality because you're manifesting it not in a physical way, not in a manipulative way. You're working with what there is. You're accepting some of what is and working within that, and it's leading down the right path. All right. Love you bunches. Bye.